Hello viewers, you're watching VNA News Agency's daily bulletin broadcast from Hanoi, and up next are the headlines as usual. Central Steering Committee for Judicial Reform convenes its first section. Vietnam expects to earn $2.5 billion from food and vegetable exports. South Central Province of Bình Định enjoys booming tourism season. On September 17, State President Trần Đại Quang chaired the first section of the Central Steering Committee for Judicial Reform in the 2016-2021 tenure. Our reporters will have more details. With a high sense of responsibility, committee members contributed their ideas on specific contents of the committee's draft working regulations for the 2016-2021 term, as well as its key tasks during 2016-2020. President Quang, who is head of the committee, required committee members to actively inspect and speed up preparations of plans to carry out the 2016-2021 working regulations, as well as proposed measures and policies to effectively implement the judicial reform tasks to be submitted to the Political Bureau and the Secretariat of the Party Central Committee. He requested the steering committee to review the implementation of its tasks every 6 months and every year and set forth key missions for the following years. The President suggested priority should be given to studying the supplementation and revision of the Penal Code, as well as building documents guiding the enforcement of new laws and codes on judicial procedures adopted by the National Assembly, and improving the efficiency of operations of judicial offices and organizations of lawyers and notaries. The state leaders asked committee members to strictly perform the key tasks to ensure the leadership of the party and strengthen international cooperation in judicial reform. President Quang also stressed the importance of improving the knowledge and skills of judicial officers and implementing measures to prevent negative deeds in judicial activities. A congress was held in Hanoi on September 17 to establish the Vietnam Society of International Law. Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hòa Bình attended the event. Speaking at the Congress, Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hòa Bình said, "The establishment of the Vietnam Society of International Law is in line with the party, state and government's policy, serving the country's development and meeting the demand of those who have been studying and practicing international law in Vietnam." He suggested the society create a forum of foreign law enforcement experts and managers and work with other legal organizations such as the Vietnam Lawyers Association and the Vietnam Bar Federation to contribute to building the rule of law state, improving judicial reform, and making national law conformable to international commitments. The Deputy Prime Minister expressed his belief that the society would make significant contributions to the national defense and development, as well as the development of the international law community. The Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources and the People's Committee of Central Quảng Nam Province jointly launched a drive on September 17 to collect garbage in response to the Clean Up the World campaign 2016. This year's drive highlights the importance of protecting the urban environment. Currently, solid waste discharged from urban areas accounts for 46% of the country's total amount of solid waste. The management and treatment of solid waste in Vietnam's urban areas remained limited, badly affecting the environment and people's health. With a viewpoint of global thought, local action, the environment issues have posed global and national impacts. However, localities play a decisive role in settling environmental matters as they have a better understanding of these issues. As such, individuals and organizations can join environmental protection efforts by collecting, classifying and recycling garbage, limiting the use of plastic bags, effectively using fuels, and clean up the surrounding environment. Over the past 2 decades, Vietnam has hosted a range of activities in response to the Clean Up the World campaign and reaped important results. The export value of domestic fruits and vegetables is expected to reach $2.5 billion this year, surpassing the value of rice exports for the first time. More in the following report. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development said the vegetable and fruit industry grew from exporting $235 million to 36 markets in 2005 to exporting $1.8 billion to 60 markets in 2015. Vietnam's exporters have promoted vegetable and fruit exports to both traditional and new markets, including markets with strict rules such as the US, European Union, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Food producers in the Mekong Delta region are now producing food products using good agricultural practices to meet export market requirements. The region has had a total annual output of 3.18 million tons of fruits for local consumption and export. Key fruit products include dragon fruit, mango, rambutan, durian, star apple, pomelo, longan, orange and tangerine. Since 2000, farmers in the region have applied modern science and technology to produce food products, increase output, improve quality and establish regions specializing in food production. But Vietnam's food products still face many technical barriers in export markets. The quality and safety of fresh fruit remain challenges for vegetable and fruit exporting, especially in strict markets such as the US, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. Production of vegetable and fruit products for export must meet VietGAP and Global GAP standards. So, quality control is vital to increase fruit and vegetable exports. Vegetable and fruit producers should also follow import regulations closely to create favorable conditions for local vegetable and fruit products to enter export markets. The Joint Stock Commercial Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam, BIDV, has been named the leading partner bank in Vietnam by the Asian Development Bank, ADB.
BIDV is the only bank in Vietnam to win the ADB's second annual Trade Finance Program Award, which recognizes the partner bank's contributions to promoting trade finance in Asia Pacific. The awards recognize the trade finance program's most active partner banks, measured by the number of transactions conducted from 2015 through to mid-2016. The award honors BIDV's endeavors in strengthening its capacity in trade finance and information transparency. In August 2009, BIDV was one of the first Vietnamese partners to be selected by ADB for credit limit and trade finance contracts, allowing BIDV to conduct more trade finance transactions with its customers. A primarily state-run bank, BIDV is Vietnam's leading commercial bank. Its total assets as of June 30, 2016, stood at 930,500 PLN Vietnam dong, equivalent to $42.5 billion.
As part of a plan to conserve and promote cultural values of local ethnic minority groups, including the Gong culture, the Central Highlands province of Gia Lai has organized Gong playing courses for young people. Let's join us to have a look at these special courses.
Gia Lai is now boasting more than 6,000 sets of gongs, mainly preserved by Sarai and VNA ethnic minority groups in the districts of Iak Rai, Chi Prong, Đức Cơ, and Con Chero. Over the past 2 years, the province has organized 4 gong player courses for young people from ethnic minority groups. Such classes are designed to raise awareness about the importance of cultural preservation, thus enhancing the ethnic minority people's ability to conserve and promote their own cultural values. The space of Gong culture in the Central Highlands was recognized by UNESCO as an intangible and cultural oral masterpiece in 2005. research on gongs and traditional costumes of local ethnic minority groups have attracted the interest of scientists in and outside the province. However, the number of gong players is dropping due to impacts from the market economy. Practical measures taken by the local authorities have been contributing to the preservation of cultural identities and helping younger generations understand and treasure traditional values of their ethnic minority groups.
Known for its intact beauty, the South Central Coastal Province of Bình Định has experienced a booming tourism season last summer with a flurry of tourist activities. According to the Bình Định Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, in the first 8 months of 2016, the province welcomed over 2.37 million tourists, increasing 25% compared to the same period last year. Of the total, about 200,000 were foreigners, up 15% year-on-year. The local tourism sector reeled in more than $48 million, an annual rise of 43%.
Biển ở đây hoang sơ, các dịch vụ thì nói chung là không phải là.
Beaches here are relatively untouched by commercial development. The people are friendly. I was even welcomed by a baby of a few months old waving his little hand.
Mình nghĩ là chỉ có khoảng 14-15 tháng thôi mà nhìn thấy mình cũng vẫy tay cười, rất là thú vị.
Phải nói là chúng tôi ở Vũng Tàu, nhưng so với bãi biển của Bình Định.
We're from the coastal city of Vũng Tàu, but we admire the beauty of beaches here for the blue and clean water. Hospitable tourism services are a plus.
Nổi cộm gì trong cái vấn đề du lịch như thế là đáng mừng.
The Quy Nhơn Bình Định Summer Festival, running from June throughout September, has been treating visitors to excitement with fun events. The traditional Vietnam martial art festival in particular was a draw for foreigners.
I'm 3 years, for 3 years. I am here. I visited Vietnam, but people of Vietnam is good.
I'm from Algeria, and Idri Bilal, president of President Valang Voudou, Algeria.
The local tourism sector has worked to deliver a professional performance this summer and reaped the rewards. It has set a target of welcoming more than 5 million visitors in 2020, of which 30% are foreigners.
The success of the summer festival has boosted our commitment to make Bình Định a popular tourist destination. We prioritize creating a friendly and safe place for visitors by tightening management.
By 2020, Bình Định expects to add 2,000 more guest rooms, giving it a total of 7,000 rooms, of which 40% meet international standards. We'll also speed up the implementation of 43 tourism development projects, including Linh Phong Pagoda Spiritual and Historical Tourism Complex, Casa Marina Resort, and FLC Complex. It is also calling for investment in developing Tân Thạnh, Vĩnh Hội, Cát Tiến tourist route and eco-tourism projects in Mũi Rồng, Vũng Chua and Cồn Chim. And that has come to the end of the program. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.